Japan is an enigma. It's the perfect juxtaposition of centuries-old traditions overlapped with lightning speed, cutting-edge technology. Many first-time visitors to Japan are often surprised to learn that, as one of the world's most advanced industrialized nations, this relatively small Asian country also boasts a rich and fascinating history that dates back thousands of years. Indeed, long before many of Europe's most spectacular cathedrals were built, Japan's Shinto and Buddhist temples were already well established and drawing pilgrims and patrons to their elaborate designs and decor. At the same time, the country was already perfecting the skills and trades that would set it on the path to riches, from fine porcelains and ceramics to textiles such as silk. So here's the 10 best places to visit in Japan. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to receive all the new videos. Number 10 is Mount Fuji. Without a doubt, Japan's most recognizable landmark, majestic Mount Fuji of Fujisan, is also the country's highest mountain peak. Towering 3,776 meters over an otherwise largely flat landscape to the south and east, this majestic and fabled mountain is tall enough to be seen from Tokyo, more than 100 kilometers away. Mount Fuji has for centuries been celebrated in art and literature and is now considered so important an icon that UNESCO recognized its world cultural significance in 2013. Part of the Fuji-Hakone-Izu National Park, Mount Fuji is climbed by more than 1 million people each summer as an act of pilgrimage, which culminates in watching the sunrise from its summit. Of course, for many, simply viewing the mountain from the distance, or from the comfort of a speeding train, is enough to say, "Been there, done that." Number 9 is Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. While little needs to be said here of the horrors of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima in August 1945, much can be said of the incredible efforts this vibrant city has made to commemorate the many victims of the world's first nuclear attack. Perhaps even more importantly, Hiroshima has become a symbol of lasting peace. Visited by more than 1 million people each year, many from overseas, Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, Hiroshima Heiwa-Kinen-kun, lies at the epicenter of the atomic blast in what was once a bustling part of the city. Here you'll find a number of important monuments, memorials, and museums relating to the events of that fateful day. Number 8 is historic Kyoto. One of Japan's most visited cities, lovely Kyoto, one of the few cities in the country to be spared the devastation of World War II, attracts more than 10 million visitors annually. Most of them are here to explore Kyoto's fine old streets and architecture, much of it unchanged since the imperial family took up residence here more than 1,000 years ago. Even then, the city was Japan's most important cultural center. This legacy, in fact, continues to this day with its many museums and art galleries, each bursting with important sculptures, paintings, and other art forms. Finally, no visit to Kyoto is complete without spending time exploring the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. This beautiful area of tall bamboo is just a few minutes' walk from the town center. Number 7 is Kiyomizu-Dera, Kyoto. Kyoto is practically overflowing with gorgeous sights and landmarks. The city is a top attraction itself. But one can't come to Kyoto without visiting Kiyomizu-Dera, or the Pure Water Temple. One of the most important temples in Japan, Kiyomizu-Dera was built in 780 CE on the grounds of the Ottawa waterfall. It was originally built to be part of the Hasso sect of Buddhism, but later formed its own sect in the mid-20th century. Today the UNESCO World Heritage Site is known for its wooden stage, which overlooks the beautiful rooftops of Kyoto, and the marvelous trees that always put on fantastic color displays in both the fall and cherry blossom season. Number 6 is Matsumoto Castle, Nagano. Japan has hundreds of beautiful, historic castles. but none is as complete or mesmerizing as Matsumoto Castle. Built from 1592 to 1614, Matsumoto is located in the city of Nagano. Tip: one of the best times to visit the castle is in the spring, when the grounds of the castle are powdered a soft pink with the bloom of thousands of cherry blossoms. Inside the castle, visitors have one of the best glimpses back into time. Matsumoto Castle has maintained its wooden interiors, giving a true historic feel to the experience. Matsumoto is considered to be one of 5 castles that are designated as National Treasures of Japan. It is the oldest 6-story castle tower that remains in the country. Number 5 is Nijubashi Bridge. The Nijubashi Bridge connects the Imperial Palace front plaza called the Kokyo-gaon and the Imperial Place over a deep moat. It was once a wooden bridge with 2 levels, which is why it was named Nijubashi, or a double bridge. The wooden bridge was replaced with a steel bridge in 1964. It is best viewed from the large plaza called the Kokyo-gaon. 2 bridges make up the entrance of the inner palace grounds. The stone bridge in front is called the Meganabashi, or the eyeglass bridge, and the other is the 2-level steel Nijubashi Bridge. The Nijubashi Bridge is not always opened to the public. It is used only when state guests visit the Imperial Palace or when royal ceremonies are held. On 2 days in a year, the bridge is open for all members of the public and for visitors. On the 2nd of January, when the people of Japan are allowed to visit the palace and greet the imperial family for the new year, and on the 23rd of December to greet the emperor on his birthday, the Nijubashi Bridge is open to all. Today, it is one of the most photographed structures in Japan. Number 4 is the island shrine of Itsukushima, Miyajima. Just a short ferry ride from mainland Hiroshima is the island of Miyajima, famous the world over as Japan's Shrine Island. Covering an area of 30 square kilometers in Hiroshima Bay, Miyajima is best known as the home of the Itsukushima Shrine, a Shinto temple dedicated to the princess daughters of the wind god Susanoo. Dating from the 8th century, the majority of the shrine's buildings rise out of the waters of a small bay supported only by piles. The affected high tide is simply stunning, making these structures, including the famous Great Floating Gate, Otori, appear as if they're floating on water. Number 3 is Rainbow Bridge. Sometimes a bridge isn't just for getting you from one place to another. The Rainbow Bridge, which links the mainland to the artificial islet of Odaiba, is also a tourist attraction in its own right. Built in the 1990s, the structure has enabled this part of Tokyo Bay to flourish, and is surrounded by top tourist attractions. The bridge is accessible on foot from Odaiba Kaihinkoen and Shiborofudo stations, or by taxi. The supporting towers of the bridge have been painted white, but they are lit up at night in rainbow colors in December, giving the bridge its nickname. It is officially known as the Tokyo Bay Connector Bridge. The bridge and its views are quite beautiful even when illuminated in regular lights during the rest of the year. Number 2 is Himeji Castle, also known as White Heron Castle, Shirasajijo, due to its elegant, white appearance, is widely considered as Japan's most spectacular castle for its imposing size and beauty and its well-preserved, complex castle grounds. The castle is both a national treasure and a World Heritage Site. Unlike many other Japanese castles, it was never destroyed by war, earthquake, or fire and survives to this day as one of the country's 12 original castles. The castle recently underwent extensive renovation over several years and was fully reopened to the public in 2015. Himeji Castle lies at a strategic point along the western approach to the former capital city of Kyoto. The first fortifications built on the site were completed in the 1400s, and were gradually enlarged over the centuries by the various clans who ruled over the region. The castle complex as it survives today is over 400 years old and was completed in 1609. It is made up of over 80 buildings spread across multiple baileys, which are connected by a series of gates and winding paths. Number 1 is Japan coastline. The Japanese archipelago lies in a boundless ocean. Surrounded by the sea, with countless islands and headlands of different and higgledy-piggledy topography, the coastlines would measure about 34,000 kilometers, 21,126 miles, if laid out straight. 3 places amidst this convoluted topography are considered the most scenic in the country: Rikuzen no Matsushima, Tango no Amano Hashidate, and Aki no Miyajima. They've had a special place in the hearts of the Japanese people since ancient times, often instilling a desire to visit. Their beauty blends landscapes unique to an island nation with the grandeur of the sea, amplifying the work of Mother Nature as uniquely graceful coastlines. Think of your time traveling in Japan as a journey through varied topography to make your journey more interesting and meaningful. This is true whether you soak in a hot spring by the sea, or enjoy nature and animals that can be seen only beside the sea. Splendid vistas by the sea, the beauty of a setting Sunday. These and more are yours to experience.